Report: Trump will keep role on Celebrity Apprentice. Despite being the president-elect, Donald Trump is not getting fired from his spot as the executive producer of NBC's Celebrity Apprentice, according to Variety. Early next year the Celebrity Apprentice will return with a new host, Arnold Schwarzenegger, but Trump won't be entirely uninvolved. According to Variety, the confirmation that Trump would remain one of multiple executive producers came from MGM, which owns the Apprentice franchise. It is not clear if Trump will be paid for his work on the series. Trump is facing increasing pressure to separate himself from his business as he becomes president to avoid conflicts of interest. A Pew Research poll released Wednesday found that 45% of Americans are very concerned about potential conflicts of interest and 20% feel somewhat concerned. He has promised to announce his plans for dealing with his business empire while being president in detail next week. A spokesman for Trump's transition did not immediately respond to request for comment. Donald Trump will keep his Celebrity Apprentice executive producer credit. NBC may have ended its business relationship with Donald Trump last summer, but Trump's name will still linger over NBC's Celebrity Apprentice, even after he assumes the presidency. According to a report from Variety, MGM, which produces the Apprentice series, confirmed that Trump is keeping his executive producer credit on the series when it returns this January with new host Arnold Schwarzenegger. Trump's name will appear between that of Apprentice creator Mark Burnett and new host Schwarzenegger, who is an executive producer, in the credits. NBC hasn't commented on the news, and it's unclear at this moment whether, and how much, Trump will be paid for the series. Variety estimates that his per-episode fee, which would be paid through MGM, is in the low five figures, at minimum, and notes that NBC has ordered 8 episodes of the new Celebrity Apprentice. Trump is also a profit participant in the Apprentice franchise, which is sold as a format around the world. Mr. Trump has a big stake in the show and conceived of it with executive producer Mark Burnett, Trump's press secretary Hope Hicks told Politico. In a response to a question about royalties from the show, she added, additional details regarding his business interests will be shared December 15. As Variety notes, previous presidents have published books in office, so there is some precedent for the commander-in-chief to earn royalties while in office. Still, Trump's continued relationship with a large broadcasting corporation like NBC, if only in name alone, raises a dizzying number of potential conflicts of interest for his presidency. So too does his continued relationship with Burnett, who continues to be actively involved in producing the series. Burnett, along with MGM, has resisted calls to release footage of Trump on the set of The Apprentice that some have speculated could reveal actions and opinions akin to the endorsement and description of sexual harassment that came to light in Access Hollywood tapes that leaked in October. After that incident, Burnett disavowed the hatred, division, and misogyny that has been a very unfortunate part of Trump's campaign. Now, according to several reports, Burnett is actively involved in planning Trump's inauguration festivities. Donald Trump won't fire himself from Celebrity Apprentice. He's taking his chief executive duties very seriously. The Trump presidency may still be 6 agonizing weeks away, but already there is no news that surprises anymore. Although the president-elect relinquished his Celebrity Apprentice hosting duties when he launched his bid for office in 2015, Variety reported today that Trump will remain on as an executive producer when the show relaunches in January, this time helmed by another hilarious entertainer turned real politician, former California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yes, nothing says I am taking this whole commander-in-chief thing very seriously like executive producing a reality TV show that prominently features one of the dudes from Motley Crue. It's not clear what duties Trump's position will entail, but even if the answer is none, he is still going to get paid for it. The larger issue for MGM, NBC, and the White House is the payment that Trump will receive for the series. It's unclear what his per-episode fee is, but it is likely to be in the low 5 figures, at minimum. NBC has ordered 8 episodes of the new Celebrity Apprentice. This is wild. The man who has pledged to dedicate himself to preserving blue-collar jobs and making America great again will be earning more from his side gig in entertainment than most of his constituents will make in a year. It's hard to imagine a more tone-deaf decision, but given that Trump has been unapologetically willing to use the presidency to accumulate wealth for him and his